after Moto 3 and Moto 2. Quartararo and Morbidelli, a brand new team. Not even the most factory of the factory bikes is on pole. Quartararo from Morbidelli, Marc Marquez, Petrucci. Struggling in qualifying again this weekend, but watch out, that works round here. We know it sat on pole last year. Stefan Bradl there in the middle of the development bike. Bradley Smith, also a wild card on the Aprilia, but it's all about the young Frenchman. 20 racetrack this one, brand new tarmac. Earlier on in the year, every outright lap record for each class has been broken this week. It's been a one
Sammy Hoopier.
I can't believe you know so much about football.
Well, I did it. Massive Liverpool fans.
It's this weekend. It hasn't, if that's the word I can use, because it just isn't quite right. You get the feeling he's on.
Well, he did crash at one point. It's not been in the race. So.
Well, I don't know.
Well, we've had two sprockets, haven't we? Two sprocket issues. One with Lorenzo, one with Marquez.
Was that a sprocket issue in Texas? I wasn't sure about that because they said there wasn't a sprocket issue. But who knows with Honda? They don't tell us anything. But Bradl, sorry. Have to get it out of the way. Have to get it out of the way. Dad helmet, race winner. Joanne
now, well, on everybody
off the scale.
Well, especially on this point, number 20 years old, first ever pole position, first lap, Keith.
Well, he stalled it, if you remember, going back to the beginning of the year, and hopefully from that pole position, the MotoGP of Spain is away, and it's a great start from the turn one. There's Dobby to his shoulder. Dobby gets lifted. Dobby gets lifted twice. Dobby goes back. Morbidelli from 20. Quartararo, they're chasing down Marc Marquez in turn 3 already. Right back to 5th place. That's a disaster for him.
Like Rossi got a good start. He's getting.
He had to start. He went into Q1 and he didn't get in the top 2 to go through to Q2. So Rossi starts from the 5th. Early for that, but the old
Yamaha wasn't slow.
No, it wasn't slow at all. Up for him at the moment, and you know these two boys, the Morbidelli particularly, has looked good. We caught a GP team on the Honda, but now he's had that Yamaha. Who's having a look at Quartararo?
Well, Fabio Quartararo, his pace in FP4, Keith, was, well, it's the only person that
was having a good look at Quartararo there. Quartararo not too keen to really stick it in too hard in his early one, the young Frenchman, so it is going to be leading over the line at the end of the first lap of 25. Marc Marquez also Rins is 6th, Petrucci is 7th, Crutchlow is only 8th at the moment, with old teammate Jack Miller as well. There he is, forcing his way up the inside of Nakagami. It looked like
on that Ducati. He's on the latest bike for the first time in his career, but he's turned up here and it looks like
at all. Marquez just squeaking away at the front at the moment. Marquez then that opening all weekend. I wonder how cool this Frenchman can be at 20 years old. A lot of pressure. Yes, there was, because he made it. He made one.
There was a slight gap. It was like that was like opening a can of beer, made it bigger. There's an analogy for you. You've never heard before in race comments.
You said it, not me. Marquez being chased hard by Morbidelli. Morbidelli's got the pace, growing in stature by every single lap that he passes around here in Jerez. We come to the end of the second lap then. Petronas sponsor, well okay, that's money, but the Sepang International Circuit that's running for the factory, that's for sure. Whoa, they've run it a bit hot there. The Ducati ran out wide and Maverick all over him. That's Rins we're looking back at, the 42. There's Petrucci behind him on the number 9 bike.
You know, Rins looks good, doesn't he? Rins, where was he on the grid? He was down in 9th. It's all about race pace. 23 laps to go, we need to start looking. 10 laps
look after them pretty well, and that for me would be the biggest problem that Marquez may have. Those two M1 Yamaha
FP1, he put a hard rear tyre in that bike and he's not taking it out apart from doing a few quality does, and the tyre will stay with him.
Dobby's looking vulnerable, you know, in that 5th place at the moment, this moment in time. Look forward to him now. There's one thing that thing isn't short of his horsepower, but you've only got one of its big guns. Marquez can't get away here from Morbidelli.
It's just so difficult, Keith, to pass. Because you see how much the Suzuki lost for Ducati, but that was a lot. Turn
1 onto turn 2. Turn 2, drop, getting in there hard. It's funny that I read something from Jorge Lorenzo where he said that on his date exactly what you talked about already. So
it just sucks you in, doesn't it, Keith? It's that downhill approach with.
Oh, scary. 1 point. Wow. 1 point for Jorge Lorenzo.
The second behind his teammate, and we all said. Well, it looks like he's going to be on for a podium, but it just destabilises him.
He's tough. He comes back out yet on the Honda. It's a job in progress, isn't it?
Well, I think if he rides a motorcycle, having it very long, stable, high, so it's a bit easier to change direction, a little bit more nervous, and you sort of know that's never going to work for him.
One thing that was significant, though, which is unusual, isn't it? Marquez looking at his teammate to see where he may have an advantage. Marquez 8-2 in there. And he is the man that is in 6th place, chasing down Dobby yet again. I'll get there in it. Morbidelli from Fabio Quartararo. Might just be having a bit of a struggle. No surprises there. We've got a complete outright new.
just thought the pace would be a fraction hotter by about 0.3.
Long way.
Yeah, there's still a chance.
And I still don't know whether the tyre distance yet. Wigan has done more long runs on the hard tyres than anyone else. They're not using the fourth tyre. New construction is on. Michelin have brought 4 tyres front and rear for this, but they haven't really gone with one. Must have been reasonably happy with what they've got.
There's one thing for sure, Keith. These two.
No, it wasn't. Here comes Rins. This time he's made it stick at the Jorge Lorenzo here.
Here we go.
Yeah, and it's
and that's
Dobby's
frustrating. Good on the brakes and comes across him from the second half of the race. Like the race will come to him.
That was fractionally naughty, actually. Dobby took up all.
It's almost a compliment to Rins. He did that because he knew if he didn't do that,
yeah, Rins would let him off and go straight. Andrea Dovizioso, who's up into 5th place again. Rins has got him. I think Dobby's going to take the maximum points out of this race as he can, as the Yamahas are running away in 2nd and 3rd. Oh, that was hot. Now then, if he loses touch with his teammate, that might be trouble for the young Frenchman.
Yeah, just turned 20. It's going to be a MotoGP rider, certainly a Yamaha MotoGP race where experience comes in, and that's the more when you end up with that floaty feeling when you've no grip.
Well, Rins has certainly dealt with Dovizioso, getting the power on as quick as you can on the Suzuki to give yourself the place, the part of the track you want.
Rins went past, then he'll have definitely wiped Dovizioso's nose. That's the unspoken rule.
So
it's better to go around the outside.
Yeah, Petrucci on the number 9, almost so having not a happy time either here during the course of free practice and qualifying. Okay. Hopefully he will finish the race and will score good points here.
There, number 36 in the back of the shot. He's in 11th place. They're all lapping very
still with Jack Miller. Number 46, Valentino Rossi. He's got the 43 of Jack Miller to do. So, Pecco Bagnaia down the road on the 63 machine. That is the other Millers on the 2019 version. Everything okay there, which is great. Just can't get it restarted. Really, with the speed of these races, even rejoining points are not likely. Here we go, then end of the lap down. In 3rd place, it would seem to me. Now then, 4th place is still Maverick Vinales, and then we go back to 0.7.
Yeah, fastest lap on that.
Yeah,
that's more like a 37 point. I'm watching Marc Marquez's riding style, his body language. He doesn't look like he's
exactly that. I would think he's very good at conservation as well. So 38.1, 6/10 under the 2015 lap record here. Keep taking the. In fact, Alex Rins, if you look at the Suzuki top class wins of theme for Maverick Vinales, but they were in days where the track wasn't in as solid. Yeah. Really, Texas was the first
out and out proper dry fair era.
So
gets a bit tight there, Keith.
It does. Well, yeah, that's Cal Crutch. And you were right when you sit down on the grid. First time they get a chance to go up here. No one's practiced this.
No one.
Really that was tough.
Quartararo. Yeah, I think I'll just throw my shoulder on your front tyre.
He's 20.
He's 20, Keith, and do you know what? He's got absolutely nothing to lose.
Nothing.
If there's a chance of a podium, which currently is sat in 3rd place,
well, French
it's worth exactly might just be going through the roof.
I think they're already sold out after what he's doing here, that's for sure, because last year they bought them. Now it's Fabio Quartararo, superstar, that's coming good. So, Marc Marquez, just because he's easing away from the 2 Petronas Yamahas, still Maverick Vinales is hunting. He's always a late race charger, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Morbidelli must have made a mistake on this lap.
Around here, isn't it? You just go a millimetre off onto the rumble strip a bit too tall, and before you...
He's closing this gap down. There's nothing quite like standing on top after it and the whole world is patting you on your back just to find that...
Says it all. 0.6 then, back to Morbidelli and Fabio Quartararo now.
Yeah.
Even in the time it took them to put that marker on his board.
That's right, and on that lap.
Yeah, and he knows that. I wouldn't mind betting that that's the reason why he's upped his pace.
That's exactly what I was
Alex
thinking
Rins
as well.
Still hasn't closed it with quite the rate that I thought he would, though. He can't really wind its neck and spin it like he might do, otherwise they have nothing left at the end of this. Yeah. Vinales is right there, but this is the man we were talking about. That's not going to do him any good being out there.
Yeah. And that's the difference with MotoGP now, isn't it? We've said it before. Made mistakes.
Well, we've done what, 9 laps, and there's only...
Morbidelli's lost a bit of rhythm now, hasn't he? As soon as that elastic band breaks,
starting to get a little loose now.
Oh, here comes his teammate. Oh,
that's going to be tight. And been 3:44 when we started this. It'll probably be up in the 50s now once the sun starts here. I was talking about Morbidelli, and you start to lose that rhythm once it starts. And that's not a problem. But then when that front starts to just tuck under a little bit,
that's the problem. The rear you can turn to chewing gum. You can't do anything. You've literally to let go of the motorcycle. If you grip it, it might do its own thing.
Marquez, well and truly away now. Quartararo, look, kept his cool there. It was almost a Danny Pedrosa on the two Ducatis last year there. Just then, that was Danny Pedrosa cool. And cool, you know, Fabio. It's quite easy when someo's running on to follow them, isn't it? You almost get sucked into going the...
2 times junior world champion when he was 30. Well, he was junior world champion at 13 and 14 because he was that good. They changed the rules for him, really.
They changed the rules. I mean, they went from the earliest entry normally. Here's Rins. Rins on. Yes, good job. Slotted the eye. He could have got that so wrong. So Rins then goes up in front of Maverick Vinales. That's going to annoy Vinales.
It's fast as slap.
And you would, wouldn't you? That's what I'm saying. He's got that maturity to be a MotoGP rider. Was early to sign him because he was signed very early in the year. But I had it in my mind, if you remember,
Yeah. But we were all still surprised because at the time
it was early.
It almost looked like Danny Pedrosa would ride a Yamaha really well. So it was a bit of a... Well, it was a week later. It was announced that he was going to ride in MotoGP, and we're all going, hang on a minute, Quartararo did well.
Reason. That's another thing that was there. It was a junior team to bring on these motor situation like we've had here this weekend. The 2 independent teams supplied with slight Maverick Vinales has, and here we have a 1 and 2 on the grid from the Petronas team, and they're kitulating them. It was through gritted teeth yesterday, that's for sure.
You know what, there's a lot to be said. Pro's got that bike, and he's not changing it at all. He's not messing around with head angles. I've heard this about like fork springs and stuff like that, but the
Fabio Quartararo, everybody at Yamaha is going to come out in sympathy for the paint spread. Simon, I think you've got some right correct. When the mechanic lifted the gear lever up, it looked like it was because it was touching, it wouldn't have turned, so it wouldn't change gear. So something as simple as that. Fine, I have the Michelin guys with me here at Telemaso. The car, I spoke to a few riders and they said from 10 laps to go on, up grip front-wise, they said it's really hard on the front side to this track. What do you think?
Alex Rins will be in front of doing quite well.
Is there more chance of falling off in this time? Is there more chance of crashing in this time?
Thanks to Piero Tiramasso while we've been speaking there. Places now.
Yeah, so he was looking vulnerable, Steve, and he's just running out of
Place trying to find a way through on Jack Miller, who has been unable then way wide.
Valentino must be sick to the back teeth of this view. He's only been able to evaluate and assess the strengths and weaknesses of Jack Miller on the GP19, that's for sure. A welcome return for him after all the drama and disappointment of hard.
His move on the inside into turn 13, too wide though he's through going behind, and Alex Rins in second but still has a huge advantage. Vinales third, there is the two
Yeah, I was going to say Vinales is going to have a big job on his hands holding off the 2 factory Ducatis. There's nothing between their lap times. Coming in this weekend, Jorge Lorenzo fighting for 2 points against that package. Jack Miller is up the inside at the corner, and finally Valentino.
7 laps to go for Rossi to try and make up another place or 2 to keep it this weekend between Lorenzo and Paul Espargaro.
Didn't see this one coming at all. The way he was going to really kickstart his Honda career, took his first podium in the Ducati.
A bit of a lonely second place here right now. He's got almost 2 seconds over Maverick Vinales, trying to keep at bay the 2 Ducatis behind. They're lapping similar at the moment.
Big job so far though done by Vinales. He's been completely overshadowed recently by his team.
Cal Quattro is about to fall behind the boss as well. Valentino Rossi's about to come from.
Good fight, Franco Morbidelli, but he's dropping back through the pack now. Rossi has indeed. Rossi didn't really have to fight for it, and now he's got rid of the trying. Easily the speed to dispose of Crutchlow, and he wastes absolutely no time whatsoever. So Crutchlow with relative ease.
He just shows you how important
quality 8.372. That was sneaking slow, but Mark making through.
Here is Valentino Rossi there.
Yet again, Show versus Big Quicker. A 10 he took out of Vinales on the previous lap. In Texas when he was long on the distance. Just recording B race, which is not a bad stat really when you think about the amount of time.
Quite a nice change to see no jump starts appear on our time screen as well from earlier on after.
It's a showdown between Rins and Marquez. Have Rins not had to work so hard? Home podium for the first time in MotoGP. It's Maverick Vinales.
Well, all three of those guys battling for third and looking for their maiden Jerez podium.
Rins also knows as well, Steve, that these are precious points. Not many of them can double. Vinales pitbull is literally telling us 4 laps to go.
Dioso can get past Vinales. He'll be locked on points with Martin for trying here.
Just about to say, he's had a really unlucky period. He's gone down at turn 30 in Austin and he's crashed out here in Jerez. So just not converting it right now into top level results.
Dovizioso, but we are running out of time here. Marc Marquez in the top left corner. You can that 4-second gap out front on Alex Rins, who I think has wisely.
Jorge Lorenzo's going to be facing some pretty stern questions, I'd imagine, later on. Put simply, that's not good enough.
Convinced after Friday that we'd see him inside the top 6.
Early door, we've got 3 laps to go here. Marc Marquez in the comfort zone, he's back to Rapid Derby. Miller and Aleix Espargaro now are locked in the fight, lift up the tyres. Miller's taking another 10% time to overheat the front tyre. Speed corners where you carry on a lean angle that stresses the edge of the tyre. It wasn't that one to see Rossi, because Rossi's 5 seconds up the road, so yeah, Miller got down to some way of victory.
So many riders are playing for a bad Saturday. It's unbelievable. Jack Miller being one of the rough and ninth from the grid. His chances could have been a lot stronger to challenge Mark.
Yeah, fantastic record he's got of late. Just looking at some of the stats. Alex Rins in a row. The last time that young man missed the top 6 was at the Red Bull Ring. 42 right at the sharp end in MotoGP.
2 laps remain for the number 93 to bounce down at the top of the hill there at turn 1. Is it, or is that at the leaving at as well? Is he upset with somebody else? Is there in contact with Alex Espargaro? Oh dear. The other, I think, down there at the last turn. They were both giving as good as they got.
Oh, right now Jack Miller down. He keeps pushing Lorenzo on the order, even though he won't be inside the top. In terms of the championship at the end of this 4th round in 2019, is try and get those 3 extra points, get on the podium for the first time with his 12th. Vinales doing a great job at the moment, staving off the onslaught.
It's a balancing act here for Dotti. You can't afford to crash.
Because he could have easily won 3 races on the spin here now and been absolutely demolished to the MotoGP.
Unbelievably, Andrea Dovizioso was
And Dovizioso are really testing each other here.
I'll tell you last lap, and Rins is obviously just backing off, and he has to be a big chance now for Dovizioso. It looks like Matt is going to have to be down to the last corner.
Yeah, no corner. Turn number 13. Marc Marquez is now deep into the stadium section. Here is the battle for third place then. It is going to be a battle last corner. That's through these fast right-handers. Corner speed not what the Ducati is famed for. Don't think he's going to...
Not at all. Not at all. Is he going to have a look? He's nowhere near close enough. Says back. The checkered flag is out. A momentous victory for number 93 for the first time since Australia.
And a brilliant last lap from Maverick Vinales. He needed...
It's 20 keep, and you know what? He's got absolutely nothing to lose.
Nothing.
No, there's a chance of a podium, which currently is sat in 3rd place.
Well, French
It's
hope.
worth. It might just be going through the roof.
I think they're already sold out after what he's doing here, that's for sure, because last year they bought them. Now it's Fabio Quartararo, superstar, that's coming good. So, Marc Marquez, just because he's easing away from the 2 Petronas Yamahas, still Maverick Vinales is hunting down. He's always a late race charger, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Morbidelli must have made a mistake on this lap.
Around here, isn't it? You just go a millimetre off onto the rumble strip a bit too tall, and before you...
He's closing this gap down. There's nothing quite like standing on top after it and the whole world is patting you on your back just to find that time.
Says it all. 0.6 then. Back to Morbidelli and Fabio Quartararo now.
Yeah.
Even in the time it took them to put that marker on his board.
That's right. And on that lap,
yeah, and he knows that. I wouldn't mind betting that that's the reason why he's upped his pace.
That's exactly what I was
Alex
thinking
Rins
as well.
still hasn't closed it with quite the rate that I thought he would, though. He can't really wind its neck and spin it like he might do, otherwise they have nothing left at the end of this. Vinales is right there, but this is the man we were talking about.
got that
That's
wrong.
not going to do him any good being
but-
out there.
And that's the difference with MotoGP now, isn't it? We've said it before. You know, make mistakes.
Well, we've done what, 9 laps, and there's only how many?
So Morbidelli's lost a bit of rhythm now, hasn't he? As soon as that elastic band breaks.
Starting to get a little loose now.
Oh, here comes his teammate. Oh!
That's going to be tight. And with 3:44 when we started this, it'll probably be up in the 50s now. Once the sun starts here, this is, I was talking about Morbidelli, and you start to lose that rhythm once it starts, and that's not a problem. But then when that front starts to just tuck under
That's
a
the
little bit.
problem. The rear, you can turn to chewing gum. And
got
you
a
can't do
problem.
anything. You've literally to let go of the motorcycle. If you grip it, that do its own thing.
Marquez well and truly away now. Quartararo kept his cool there. It was almost a Danny Pedrosa on the 2 Ducatis last year there. Just then, that was Danny Pedrosa call. And cool, you know, Fabio, it's quite easy when someone's running on to follow them, isn't it? You almost get sucked into going this.
2 times junior world champion when he was 30. Well, he was junior world champion at 13 and 14 because he was that good. They changed the rules for him, really.
They changed the rules. I mean, they went from the earliest entry normally. Here's Rins. Rins on. Yes, good job. Slotted the off. He could have got that so wrong. So Rins then goes up in front of Maverick Vinales. That's going to annoy Vinales.
It's past the slab.
And you would, wouldn't you? That's also, he's got that maturity to be a MotoGP rider. Was early to sign him because he was signed very early in the year. But I had it in my mind, if you remember.
Yeah. But we were all still surprised because at the time
It was early.
it almost looked like Danny Pedrosa would ride a Yamaha really well. So it was a bit of a. Well, it was a week later. It was announced that he was going to ride in MotoGP, and we're all going, "Hang on a minute, Quartararo did well."
Reason. That's another thing that was there. It was a junior team to bring on these motor situation like we've had here this weekend. The 2 independent teams supplied with slight Maverick Vinales has, and here we have a 1 and 2 on the grid from the Petronas team, and they're kitulating them. It was through gritted teeth yesterday, that's for sure.
You know what, there's a lot to be said. Pro's got that bike, and he's not changing it at all. He's not messing around with head angles. I've heard this about like fork springs and stuff like that, but the
Fabio Quartararo, everybody at Yamaha is going to come out in sympathy for the Frenchman. Simon, I think you've got some right points. When he threw the chemicals to the gear lever up, it looked like it was because it was touching, it wouldn't return, so it wouldn't change gear. So something as simple as that. Fine, I have a Michelin guys with me here at Teramaso because I spoke to a few riders and they said from 10 laps to go on, grip front boys. They said it's really hard on the front side to this track. What do you think?
Alex Rins in the middle from that way quite well. Still,
Is there more chance of falling off in this time? Is there more chance of crashing in this time?
Thanks to Piero Teramaso while we've been speaking there. Places now.
Yeah, so he was looking vulnerable, Steve. And he's just running out of
He's trying to find a way through on Jack Miller, who has been unable then way wide.
Valentino Rossi must be sick to the back teeth of this view. He's only been able to evaluate and assess the strengths and weaknesses of Jack Miller on the GP19, that's for sure. Not giving up the charge for the top 6 because the Frenchman Morbidelli, a welcome return for him after all the drama and disappointment of Argentina.
His move up the inside into turn 13. Too wide, very difficult way to through goes behind, and Alex Rins in second, but still has a huge advantage. Vinales third. There is the 2
As yet, yeah, I was going to say Vinales is going to have a big job on his hands holding off the 2 factory Ducatis. Look at the Vinales, nothing between their lap times. Here is Jorge Lorenzo. The greatest coming in this weekend, Jorge Lorenzo fighting for 2 points against that package. Jack Miller is on the inside at the closer corner, and finally Valentino.
7 laps to go for Rossi to try and make up another place or 2 to keep him this weekend between Lorenzo and Hollis Farmer.
Didn't see this one coming at all, but Wayne was going to really kickstart his Honda career to his first podium in the Ducati.
A bit of a lonely second place here right now. He's got almost 2 seconds over Maverick Vinales, trying to keep at bay the 2 Ducatis behind. They're lapping similar at the moment.
Big job so far though done by Vinales. He's been completely overshadowed recently by his team.
Now Quattro is about to fall behind the boss as well. Valentino Rossi is about to come from.
Good fight, Franco Morbidelli, but he's dropping back through the pack now. Rossi has indeed. Rossi didn't really have to fight for it, and now he's got rid of the try and easily the speed to dispose of Crutchlow, and he wastes absolutely no time making through.
Here is Valentino Rossi there.
Yet again, Dovizioso versus Vinales. A 10 he took out of Vinales on the previous lap. Here's him in Texas when he was long on the distance. Seems to recall the B race, which is not a bad stat really when you think about the amount of time.
Quite a nice change to see no jump starts appear on our time screen as well from earlier on.
A better showdown between Rins and Marquez. Have Rins not had to work so hard? Home podium for the first time in both the GP which happened with Vinales.
Well, all three of those guys battling for third and looking for their maiden podium.
Dovizioso knows as well, Steve, that these are precious points. Not many of them on the gravel. Vinales pitbull is really telling us 4 laps to go.
Dioso can get past Vinales. He'll be locked on points with Mark for time here.
Just about to say he's had a really unlucky period. He's gone down at turn 30 in Austin and he's flashed out here in Jerez. So tough, just not converting it right now into top level results.
Dovizioso, but we are running out of time here. Marc Marquez in the top left corner. You've got that 4-second gap out front on Alex Rins, who I think has wisely.
Lorenzo's going to be facing some pretty stern questions, I'd imagine, later on. Put simply, that's not good enough.
Convinced after Friday that we'd see him inside the top 6.
Early door, we've got 3 laps to go here. Marc Marquez in the comfort zone, he's back to Derby. Miller and Aleix Espargaro now unlocked to the fight, bend up the tyres. Sometimes to overheat the front tyre, speed corners where you carry a lot of lean angle that stresses the edge of the tyre. But it wasn't that one now to see Rossi, because Rossi's 5 seconds up the road, so yeah, Miller went down to some way of victory here.
So many riders are looking for a bad Saturday. It's unbelievable. Jack Miller being one of the rough and ninth from the grid. His chances could have been a lot stronger to challenge Mark.
Yeah, fantastic record he's got of late, just looking at some of the stats. Alex Rinish in a row. The last time that young man missed the top 6 was at the Red Bull Ring. 42, right at the sharp end in MotoGP.
2 laps remain for the number 93 to batch out at the top of the hill there at turn 1. Is it or is that at the leaving at as well? Is he upset with somebody else? Is there in contact with Alex Espargaro? Oh dear. The other, I think, down now at the last turn. They were both giving as good as they got.
Oh, now Jack Miller down. He keeps pushing Lorenzo on the order, even though he won't be inside the top. In terms of the championship at the end of this 4th round in 2019, it's try and get those 3 extra points, get on the podium for the first time in his 12th. Vinales doing a great job at the moment, staving off the onslaught.
It's a balancing act here for Dobby. You can't afford to crash.
Austin, because he could have easily won 3 races on the spin here now and been absolutely demolished to me the MotoGP.
Unbelievably, Andrea Dovizioso was
and Dovizioso are really testing each other here.
I'll tell you last lap, and Rins is obviously just backing off, and he has to be a big help. Big chance now for Dovizioso. It looks like Matt is going to have to be down to the last corner.
Yeah, no corner. Turn number 13. Marc Marquez is now deep into the stadium section. Here is the battle for 3rd place then. It is going to be about the last corner. That's through these fast right-handers. Corner speed, not what Ducati is famed for. Don't think he's going to...
Not at all. Not at all. Is he going to have a look? He's nowhere near close enough.
No, it's been yards.
So it's back. The checkered flag is out. A momentous victory for number 93 for the first time since Australia.
I know.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Jatuh guys. Nah, nggak tahu ada ini. Masih aku gas ke situ jatuhnya guys.